This is Sister Krista McKenzie. Let's God for her. And so we have y'all know New Life Fellowship. We're one church in 3 locations. Okay, this is one of our locations here in Columbia. We have our second location, which is in Macomb. And this woman of God is our location pastor in the Macomb area, New Life Fellowship Church.
My assignment today is to talk about women in ministry etiquette. We need to know some how-tos and some how-to-nots and what to do and what not to do. Amen. First Chronicles 4:10, Jabez prayed a prayer. He said, God, bless me and give me more territory. Enlarge my territory. He said, bless me indeed, or bless me for real. And then he went on to say, God, keep me from evil. And I tend to think that ignorance can be evil in our lives sometimes. And when we have an opportunity to sit down and learn, and then Jesus said, many do err because they do not know the scriptures nor the power of God. We don't just want to know the power, but we want to know the word behind the power. And even in the practical things, when we talk about etiquette, God is in that too. 1 Corinthians 14:40 says, let all things be done how? Yes, that means to be done appropriately as becoming decorously. I tell everybody like this, God made everything, and the last creation he made was you and me, because when he got to us, he said, I just have to stop right there. I can't get any better than that. And we are God's decoration, so how we display ourselves, it makes it decent and in order in all things. Assumptions that we're going to make today is your ministry. This is not just for the preachers, but you may serve in leadership as a head usher, prayer leader, dancer, preacher, teacher, singer, armor bearer. It all is to be a part. Number 2, we're assuming that either you're married and living holy or you are celibate and living holy. Not celebrating. I'm just saying. If I can't, you can't either. Let's begin to talk about house rules. Proverbs 11:1 says, a false balance is abomination to the Lord. I think I hear the CD playing. But a just weight is his delight. A false balance is abomination to the Lord. I don't think anything pains women in ministry who are wanting to do it right more than seeing other women walk in and just tear down everything in 10 minutes that we've been working years to see built up solidly. I talked to a pilot I know quite well, and he told me about, you all may have heard me mention this, about dynamic rollover. That means when an airplane gets to the tipping point, if it rolls over too far to one side or the other, that's called a dynamic rollover. The balance is lost, and the situation becomes what is called catastrophic emergency event. In this case, you must remember from the exam what to do to get you through the catastrophic event. This kind of symposium helps us from tipping over too far. Because if we roll over too far, then we have a catastrophic emergency event. But can I tell you this morning that we're about to get back on track and not have a false balance? That is an abomination. Job 31:6 says, let me be weighed in an even balance, that God may know mine integrity. We have a lot of hurdles to cross over, and we have to understand that. Watch this, be mindful of that and act on purpose with something. And if we're having to walk uphill together, can I tell you, don't pull me back. Don't make me more tired than I already am. Not coming from each other. So we have to train that way, but sometimes people are nervous. And watch this, too, when you're nervous, I can tell you, your mouth gets dry. And you start. And what you do is, if you need to do it, you just say, I need everybody to bless them one time, put your hands together and give Jesus a prayer, and while they're praying, take a sip of water. And once you quit that thirst, say, ain't it good? Ain't it good? Another good thing to do is to listen to. That's painful to do, isn't it? It's painful to watch yourself on video as well, because you never knew you looked like that when you did that. I remember I was at a service in Alabama, and I was on the stage, and it was a powerful service, and I was into it in 8 minutes, and I got that video to play it back, and I'm talking about UGLY. I had no alibi. It was ugly. And they say what I see. But so watch this. You'll never find me doing that again. All right, don't you know who I am attitude.
Come on, preacher.
Well, you're not going to hold the door for me? My bags are there. Don't you know I am anointed of God? I've had 3 invitations this month. 2 in town and 1 20 miles away. Don't you know who I am? That's just, everybody said that's just ugly. Yes. God says, humble yourself before his mighty hand, and he will exalt you in due season. Don't get out of season trying to self-promote. We're all called to serve anyway, and we want to be of the Lord's estate in our heart. Don't be so spiritual or more spiritual than everyone. They're praising and you praying. They're preaching and you read the Bible. Because God is speaking to you. Don't get caught up in that stuff. And now watch this. And it's okay. I had someone, I had preached, and I know the presence of God was there, and there was a wonderful flow, and people were praising, and I was done, but God was there. And somebody walks up and says, well, you know God is not finished, don't you? And I looked at them and I said, well, praise God. And I sat myself down because I was done. We don't have to do extra when God is moving. We don't have to get in and mess up the flow. Just let God work. Just let him work. So watch this. We want to make sure that we dress appropriately and that we don't show too much or too many of those kinds of things, right? And for women who may be like me, large busted, and I'm just, some things I want to talk frank. I know we have some younger ladies today, so I won't maybe get as explicit. But if the large breasts, when we wear something down to here, it's a difference than somebody who doesn't have as much as we have. Yeah. And so we have to be mindful of that. And I love jumping for the Lord, but all 3 of us be jumping. So we have to put those things in line. Don't do it. Don't do it this season. Don't do it. Make sure you cover appropriate. Some practical tips. Brush your teeth. And flossing. Why is flossing important? It removes the stuff between your teeth that causes bacteria that will make your breath stink. So you want to floss, and they used to tell you to rinse first and then floss, but now they're saying floss first, get everything out, then rinse with a mouthwash, and then brush. Do a nose check. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a mirror, you ask somebody. Okay? I'd rather want somebody to tell me than everybody sees. Another thing is have mitts. You want to have that and share it with somebody. I don't get offended when somebody says, you want peppermint? You just take it and say thank you. Because watch this too. A lot of times when you brush your teeth and you don't eat anything, especially if you drink orange juice, ooh, that's a one right there. So you want to not offend people and just have, they fall out and you think it's a spirit. It is not the spirit. They're trying to rub their way. They're trying to back up. or you have to verbally communicate, you don't want to eat nuts before you do that. They can come back to haunt you in the corner right there. And you talking and they come up, you know what I'm saying, the milky look right there. And that's because if you eat the nuts before and you be chewing and talking, then you'll see that they'll come back. Take your towel if you did and just wipe it. Sometimes you might wipe it dry. There's some of y'all wipe it right now. Someone and you get ready to shake their hand, give them a firm handshake. Look them in the eyes. Good to see you. How are you today? God bless you. You know, don't give. Let me see. Don't give that right there. The queen. But give a firm handshake. But now watch this. Don't. Hey, how you doing? Don't do it. And watch this too. I had 2 cars to hit me, right? 2 cars. Not me, but I was in another car, thank you Jesus at least. But it caused some stuff to be, I feel some stuff now. And a preacher walked up to me and grabbed me and jerked my arm. And now watch this, they went on preaching and they did what they had to do and I was at the doctor's office the next day. So you don't know what people may be affected by. That's true. If you're praying for people, don't push them down. They be trying to stand up for a reason. Trying to say, I'm with you, but I don't want to go there. That's it. They're talking about surrender. But they may have encountered something that you can't necessarily see. And I believe that if God can heal you after you fall on the floor, He can heal you standing. So we want to trust in the power of God, not in what we physically see or what our natural eyes can see. Just now, one of the last things I want to say to you is glorify God in your members. We don't have room to compromise. We don't have room as women of God to compromise. I looked at statistics and to just see the small percentage of people, how everybody does not come to church every Sunday or every Bible study. So some we get every now and then. And Romans 12:2 says, be not conformed to this world, but be what? Transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now if you come out of the world, the Bible says, don't be conformed. It includes a word called schema. Don't be patterned after the world. Don't look like the world in the church. So if someone comes out of the world, don't be conformed to the world. And this is the pattern of the world. So you come out and you get in the church and you still have the same pattern. That's right. But he said be transformed by what? That includes a word that's called morph. That means you have never seen a caterpillar turn into a butterfly and back into a caterpillar. That's right. When it morphs, it changes into a brand new being. So that means that the pattern that I have in the church should not look like what I came out of. And let me say this, we get in the church and we morph into another being and we get straightened out by the renewing of our mind. And then after we've been here for a while, it may get a little bored being a Christian. So we start looking back at the world and they have some patterns that, watch this, that feel good to us. And I know I'm going to heaven, so I just like that stuff back there. And so we start reaching out there to have some flesh satisfaction in here. And what happens is that we speak to that next generation. Now let me give an example. Everybody say I'm talking to people on this side. On this side, not those who did it in the world. All right? Now let me me talk to the church people. Let me give one real example that I see is coming into the church big time. And I'm afraid for our next generation. Because what we do is speaking to our young ladies.
Yeah, that's right.
What we have interest in is telling them something. Talking to them. So one thing that I see that's hitting the church is everybody wants to get a tattoo. Talking on this side. And I don't want anybody to be offended with me. If you have one, God bless you. Alright? You're not going to hell, you're going to heaven. But I'm trying to talk to us on this side because it's speaking to our young ladies. Because watch this, that's not the pattern of God. That came from the Word. And if we start conforming in the transformed church to the Word, then what kind of heritage are we going to leave for our young ladies? So we need to make sure, watch this, when you ask yourself, why do I want this? Tell me, do you ever say because it's going to glorify God? Means that when I want to have some confirmation, then the Holy Spirit tells me, no ma'am, not today, not this lifetime, because you are more than a conqueror. We are a conqueror. Greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. And if I'm out of the world, why am I trying to go back and be like the world? And now watch this, if the world does not come to the church but on Easter time, we may walk in. Jesus. But if they walk in here and all of us look like what they look in the clubhouse, what's the difference? He said your glorying is not good. That means when your flesh starts to lift itself up and glory in itself, you better start knocking it down. I die to myself daily that Christ may live in me. And now watch this. There's a word that talks about where your flesh comes to employ itself for you. That's right. When he said you died, that means your flesh got unemployed. Looking for a job. And so confirmation comes and say, you got any work for me? Can you hire me out? Just contract me. I don't even need to be on a long-term employment. But the Bible talks about that after sin has taken its course, that it leads to death. And that's what the enemy wants to do for us in the next generation, is to steal, kill, and destroy. Amen. And last thing I'll say is, make sure that we are teaching our kids about the family unit. Amen. Marriage. Yes. Weddings. Yes. Saying I do before we do. Yes. I looked at some stats, and in Mississippi, we have of married couples, all married couples, 46.3%. For African Americans, it's 27.6%.